And it's cases like these that make police say you need to come here to make your transactions. Over the last 20 years, Show state engineers got these letters from several different police chiefs, mayors. From registering to donating to walking out the door, it takes as little as 45 minutes to give blood. Right behind me at Dewey Park is where police say shots rang out. This is also where investigators say they reportedly found a handgun that the suspect was carrying at the time of the confrontation with the two officers. Now let's show you a live look as the crime lab is here. Still a very active scene. Investigators walking around with flashlights. I've counted more than a dozen evidence markers. Families were packed inside this barrel room when the power suddenly went out. That's when their cell phones became handy. The boat ramp here is open now that the area is no longer flooded, but still you can see how high the water levels are, and the crews that maintain this river say it'll stay about the same through December.
You can kind of see how high the water got here.
Yeah.
Kind of where all the dead vegetation is.
Watching the water, the Army Corps of Engineers shows us the impact of heavy rains over the past few months.
So there were people that saw water, maybe in their front yard or on their farmland.
John Remus, chief of the Missouri River Water Basin Management Division, says while levels have dropped,
so the water was 6 feet higher at its peak here this summer.
The Omaha gauge is still about 23.3 feet. That's 4 to 5 feet above normal.
We did see some debris floating out there. You just need to be aware of that. The current is a little bit faster. There's probably less places to access the river.
Like this boat ramp here at Narrow Rivers Park in Pottawatomie County. The levels won't drop much more until December.
We're releasing about 58,000 cubic feet per second at Gavin's Point, and that we're going to continue to do that. And every day the lakes are going down about an inch or two.
This matters to others in and along the river too, like wildlife, barge traffic, MUD's water intake, OPPD's North Omaha Power Station, and even traffic above.
We're confident that we can get the water evacuated before the next runoff season next year.
And back here at MP Dodge Park, you can see crews behind me are still cleaning up. Campgrounds will remain closed due to electrical issues, and the cricket fields and soccer fields will need to be reseeded in about a month. Reporting live, Chinh Doan, KETV News Watch 7.
Hi, I'm Cara.
If you attend any public event for 2nd District Democratic Congressional candidate Cara Eastman, you'll likely see James Crump. Sir, can we talk to you?
No, you can't.
Why not?
Yes. No comment, please. Thank you. I'm not a public official or a candidate or anyone of interest.
We found him one evening outside a pop-up for Eastman at a downtown Omaha bar. Now here he is at a Metro Community College board meeting and video provided by the Eastman campaign. And we also saw him here at an Eastman breakfast event. That's where Crump even recorded us during an interview. Who are you with?
America Rising.
America Rising.
Yes, ma'am.
America Rising is a political action committee based in Washington. It uses video tracking and other strategies to fulfill what it calls its sole purpose, to hold Democrats accountable and expose any hidden hypocrisy. Alexandra Smith is the group's executive director.
What we do is we bring them back to headquarters and we catalog and we save them in a searchable way. So that way when an issue comes up, if a candidate attempts to say something different than they've said before, for example, if they attempt to adopt a new position, that we can search our records and find out what they had said before.
America Rising currently has 25 paid trackers around the country, ready with their cameras to record Democrats like Cara Eastman wherever they may appear.
Frankly, it's despicable. It's not who we are as Americans, and I understand freedom of speech, of course, but this seems to cross a line where we're provoking behavior or looking for something that actually isn't there.
Eastman calls it intimidation tactics and says over the last year she's tried playing nice.
I've actually talked to him before, to the tracker, and told him that I fundamentally disagreed with his job, and he said he disagrees with mine because he's a libertarian and doesn't believe in government.
In June, Eastman filed an incident report with Omaha police, alleging Crump bumped into her teenage daughter while trying to record video outside her campaign office.
You can see that the police police reviewed the tape that our tracker gladly handed over of the incident and found that there was absolutely no issue. So really, it's on the Kara Eastman campaign to apologize for wasting law enforcement resources by filing a false complaint.
America Rising doesn't apologize for the tactics and says Democratic groups do the same thing.
They never felt that it was that invasive.
Mary Jane Trumper is campaign manager for Eastman's opponent, incumbent Republican Congressman Don Bacon. She shows us this t-shirt the campaign made with a photo of the tracker who followed Bacon throughout the 2016 election.
We did have one incident where the police were called for a tracker, and in that incident, it was a private event.
Trumper says Bacon has a tracker on and off during this election cycle. She believes the practice is free speech, not intimidation.
We're not trying to intimidate. We've not asked anybody to do that, would not ask anyone to do that, and I'm sorry that she's feeling that way.
Eastman understands running for office means she's under a microscope, and like it or not, tracking is part of the territory.
It's an unfortunate part of our current system that needs to go away.
In Omaha, Chinh Doan, KETV, Newswatch 7. Building trust after being abandoned. This quarter pony is named Maisie, short for amazing, because of what she's been through. The Nebraska Humane Society found her in this trailer in Omaha a year ago, frostbitten, infected, and 100 pounds underweight.
I'll never forget the minute she stepped out of the trailer, she just started eating snow because she was so thirsty.
Kelly Brown says in many cases, people are buying horses because they think they're affordable, but then get overwhelmed. Staff are getting more calls like this one. On the day of the Kentucky Derby, a horse ran away from its owner in Midtown Omaha, leading police on a chase. The owner surrendered the Shetland Cross to the Humane Society. It's now named Derby, and it's cooperating.
Every time those feet give to me, I give to her.
Staff like Michelle Julian have helped 89 horses since 2012 here at Star Equine Rehabilitation in Omaha.
You wish they could talk to tell you, their past life.
Learning their history and getting them trained.
Things like loading in a horse trailer, going over obstacles, standing tied, picking up her feet for the farrier. The farrier is the man that comes to trim the feet.
Buck, a Mustang whose owner gave him up, is catching on.
What you think of that thing? And play soccer?
Staff hope more people are serious when considering a horse.
Horses are a lot, less expensive than they used to be, and so it's easier for a lot of people to get them, which is good as long as you're going to take care of them.
And there are different ways you can be a part of the program. You can volunteer, donate, or adopt one of the horses like Maisie here. We have more information in this story at KETV.com. Time now 8:36, and we know Miami is normally bustling with people, but right now it's a ghost town after millions of people have been evacuated ahead of Hurricane Irma. More than 170,000 homes and businesses in Florida have lost power. David Bienick is live in Miami. David, what are the conditions like now compared to within the last hour when we checked in with you? Good video here for you. Yours truly had the honors of emceeing the egg roll eating competition.
Yeah, they really had everything there.
They really did, and it was intense.
Look at this.
Look at this video here. 10 people of all ages taking the stage. So whoever ate all the egg rolls first took home the trophy. My face there, I was just like astonished. They had water and dipping sauce. Some people utilized both of those to their advantage.
Hey, they get into it.
Yeah, they do. And the winner, get this, downed all 10 egg rolls in about 2 minutes.
Ooh-wee.
They did not savor any flavor. They were just like, let's take home this trophy.
Wonder how they're feeling this morning.
Man, I had heartburn just watching them. Still do. Breaking on the National News Watch this morning, 8 people are found dead in the back of a semi-trailer in San Antonio. Police are investigating it as an apparent smuggling operation involving undocumented immigrants. Good evening, I'm Chinh Doan. A high-speed chase through north central Omaha ends with 3 people arrested, and they're all under 18, but 2 are facing charges as adults. Police believe they're connected to a shooting that happened around noon. I'm now 8:02, and we are here in the Weather Center where Alex has been tracking Irma. And taking a look at this radar, you can see why so many people have been affected by this and why so many people have lost power. Here, an exciting day because we are just 1 day away from totality, and people all over the country are flocking to the Cornhusker State to see the great eclipse. Good morning, I'm Chinh Doan, and this is KTV Newswatch 7's Chronicle. On today's show, we're looking at the power to change the world by remembering our history. plus the profound impact it could have as you stand in a place of our nation's past. Earlier this summer, the Black Votes Matter Institute of Community Engagement sponsored a first-of-its-kind trip to the South, visiting cities that were turning points in the fight for civil rights. I talked to students and organizers right after they returned. You know, you and Phil were married during his service. You were taking care of 5 children while he was gone, and you were terrified during the bombing of Hanoi. So talk about that. I mean, what kind of support did you have? And obviously much different when he came home. It's been a busy day for these veterans, and the first stop is here at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. Joining me now is Army veteran Roddy Moore of Omaha. Roddy, tell us about your experience today here at the wall.
Oh, it's you know, it's extremely emotional to see this many names on black granite like this. It's a beautiful memorial.
And this really was personal for you, having some close friends whose lives were lost.
All in all, we lost 10 guys out of my company. But the worst was January 5th, 1967. And we lost 6 guys that day in an ambush. And they're all on the wall together. I'm sorry.
Just in closing, how do you think this is going to help you move forward and the healing process?
The fact is that you never know when it's going to be your time. I wanted to come here and see the guys' names and, you know, just to touch their names and to tell them that you know, I love them and I still think about them.
Roddy, thank you so much for your service, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Other activities today include visiting the World War II Memorial and also changing of the guard. In Washington, D.C., Chinh Doan, KETV, Newswatch 7.